What is up, my fellow budget travelers? Today I am taking you with me to Atlantic City. Of course, I had to fly into New York to get there, so I had 24 hours in New York. Check out that video if you haven't already. But I took the PATH train, went over to New Jersey because my girl picked me up from the PATH station and we drove together. It was around 9:30 a.m., so of course I had to get some Dunkin' Donuts for us because that is about a 2.5 hour drive or so down to Atlantic City. If you're going to drive, make sure you have your Easy Pass or change because tolls.
Let's see. These are really wet. Will it actually read them? I don't know. 20. What is it? 130. I think it's too much, but it's cool. Here we go.
Here you go, New Jersey.
Hey, toll. Left-handed. Uh-oh.
You got 'em. As you get closer to Atlantic City, you'll start to see these crazy billboards. They all advertise for all the casinos, and they're also trying to get you to come in and sign up for their players cards. It actually took us 3 hours to get here because we missed our exit because we were busy catching up, but we turned around and eventually made it to Atlantic City safe and sound. The weather was amazing. I'm talking like 75, 80 degrees. It was so hot. So we went over to this little place. It's over next to the Tropicana and they have $5 parking. So make sure you check that out because otherwise you're gonna pay like 25 bucks. Everybody, I'm coming at you today from Atlantic City. I'm here on the beach walking the boardwalk. So I hope you enjoy everything Atlantic City has to offer. Atlantic City is no Las Vegas. Most of the casinos are pretty spread out from each other. They're going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to walk to, and some of them you have to drive about 15 to 20 minutes to get to. And if you're not into staying at a casino, this little spot right over here is a Days Inn, and it's a Wyndham resort, and it's pretty affordable, especially during the off season or towards the end of like regular season. And they have really good rates. The location is perfect. It's right on the beach. Check this out. It's basically like a private beach. And then you're walking distance to a majority of the casinos, or you could take one of those little buggies. For this trip, I stayed at Harrah's and Borgata with my free rewards points. You know how I roll. But I'm just saying, if you don't do the whole players cards and stuff, there are other options in Atlantic City besides just casinos. Side note, this beach bar and the Margaritaville beach bar are two of my favorite bars when it's open during the season. At first I was like, I don't want to get my feet wet, but then the more I started walking on the sand, I was like, I need to dip my toes in that water. The day was just too beautiful to pass up. Look how pretty it is. Atlantic City is so cool. And the best part is the water the water is like real shallow, so you can walk all the way out, like all the way out here. And the sand is so cushiony. It's like pillows. I could just like walk in this water all day, and you know what, I think I'm going to, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. We spent a couple of hours on the beach just getting some nice vitamin D and walking in the water, and then we started to walk the boardwalk. We started getting hungry, so we stopped to get a slice and check out this view. You can eat right on the boardwalk. There's a bunch of restaurants that face the water. Then it was time to take a walk. Tropicana is one of my favorite casinos on the boardwalk. I love it in here. It's so like tropical, and it's unlike any of the other casinos on the boardwalk. I also like it because I tend to have pretty good luck here, I must admit. We decided to go back down to the beach and watch the sun go down. Then we were ready to go check into the hotels, so we stopped at McDonald's on the way and then made our way over to Harrah's. We ended up parking on the roof because I love to see the view of Atlantic City from the roof. And on the drive there, there's a bunch of those little pop-ups that have fun little artwork on them. But check out this view, guys. It's so cool. I had done the online check-in because it was such a beautiful day, I didn't want to waste it. So our room key was ready as soon as we got there. And check out this room. I will make a separate video about it so you get to see all that Harrah's has to offer. We hung out in the room and watched some movies and stuff, and then we went and played downstairs for a little while, had some drinks, made some friends. And then it was time to get some Bobby's Burgers. And the next morning, it was time to pack because it was time to go to Borgata and meet up with our other friend who was going to meet us at Resorts World where she got dropped off. Of course, we got stuck in traffic because we decided to park on the roof, but we gradually made our way over to Resorts World and check this out. This is home of Margaritaville, like I was talking about earlier, so make sure you check it out if you make it to Atlantic City. After she was done playing craps, we decided to go over to the outlets and see if we could find any good sales. They have a whole ton of stuff here at Tanger Outlets. And if you want a good parking spot, there's actually this little spot over here over by the New Jersey bus stop. So it's kind of like right by the employee parking off of Ohio Avenue here. So you're gonna go around the corner here, take a left into that parking lot, and there's these little red signs that say temporary parking for a couple hours, etc., etc. So that's a way if you wanted to just run and get something really quick, you don't have to pay for casino parking or the parking garage. Then our check engine light came on, so we went over to AutoZone, which is right down the road, and we played with whatever she had in her trunk, which was like a tennis pickleball thing. Then once we fixed the car, it was back to the Borgata. It was time to check in and get ready because it was time to go to Deal or No Deal. I made a separate video for this too, so you could see everything that is happening at the Borgata. Then we headed over to the box office to pick up our tickets, and we got really excited because there's a little bar inside the theater. So we got really stoked, and we are actually entered into Deal or No Deal also. Unfortunately, we did not get picked, but we had a lot of fun yelling at the boxes and shouting deal or no deal at the top of our lungs. They had the briefcases and everything just like the regular game, but in this one you get to win free play or real money. So the banker gives you an offer and you get to say deal or no deal. We shouted no deal the whole time. The cool thing was it was like a midday show, so we still had the whole day ahead of us, so we decided to grab some food and get ready for a night out on the town. As we made our way back up to the room, they were setting up for Christmas, so that was pretty fun to see. And then we played a little bit and hung out all night, caught up, and then it was time to head back to New York City in the morning. So we headed over to Resorts World and we took the R bus to get back. My friend who had driven had to work in the morning, so she had already left. By this time, it was probably like around 2 p.m. or so, which is when we headed back to New York City, because my flight was around 7 o'clock, so I had to make it back in time to get back to the city, then back to LaGuardia. So 2 o'clock was about the right timing. I just love everything about flying into Manhattan, about driving into Manhattan. It's always so much fun to see that skyline. And here is the tunnel that is going to spit me out right where I need to go to get back on the subway to go on the M60. If you guys like this form of video, I try to give you a realistic experience of how I had it. Check out my other vlogs and I'll see you there.